Wow, what a month. My portfolio is up over 40% this month. That pushes me past 10% of my £1 million target. In this video, let's have a look at what's changed in my portfolio, what could happen in the future, and where I'm going next. So firstly, before we start, I just want to say I'm not naive. The portfolio could very easily go down next month as it's gone up this month. I'm also very aware that November was an excellent month for both the stock market and other risk-on assets, especially as it looks like now the market is pricing in potential rate cuts from the Federal Reserve in the US, potentially by Q2 next year. If that doesn't happen, we might have a bit of a rocky road as assets have to readjust prices based on that assumption. But for now, it all seems to be fairly smooth sailing and enthusiasm is back in the market. So before we dive into the portfolio, I just want to say a massive thank you to you. If you've watched the other videos on this channel, you'll know that this is a really new channel. I've only started it up in the last few weeks. I'm actually on unpaid leave from my job at the moment and potentially contemplating leaving it. So getting some views on some videos, some feedback and some likes has been really appreciated. It's let me know that you're enjoying the content and want to see more. What's probably even more exciting for me is a number of you have also signed up to my newsletter. I'll pop another link in the description where I share some market insights every week, and there's quite a bit more information that doesn't get shared on YouTube that's in that newsletter, including how I'm looking at making a bit of money now that I'm on unpaid leave at the moment. So what actually happened in the portfolio? So as you can see from this chart here, I'm generally green across the board in all the sectors of my finances that I'm actively tracking. Just a little caveat again, as per the first video, this doesn't show some VC investing that I have just because it's pretty constant until companies get revalued, so there's not much in the way of changes going on there. It may not look like it, but the most exciting bit for me in the portfolio this month was the cash portion. The reason the cash portion was so exciting for me is because I was fully expecting to be draining that while I'm not earning money and on unpaid leave from work. What I hadn't counted on though was a few things that wouldn't normally come up in a month that just happened this month that kept me with some good cash buffer. The first was some expenses from work got back paid to me, so there was a bit of money that came in there. I also had my birthday in the last month, so some family members were very generous and gave me a bit of money, so there's a few £100 in the portfolio from some family members that just kept it above water. I also sold a sofa that I've been meaning to get rid of for a while, which again, another couple of £100 just in the pot. And all that meant that my cash position actually increased this month, whereas I'm expecting it to be the reverse of that for probably the next 6 to 12 months. So if you follow my newsletter, you'll know that I keep a very close eye on the digital asset space. So that's a lot of cryptos, NFTs, some other different proxies as well in the market. And if you're not invested in crypto, you might be able to guess if you are invested in the traditional finance markets, but as they've had a stellar month, crypto's had a stellar month as well, and that's as shown by the crypto portion of my portfolio being up massively this month. For those of you that have watched it on the channel, there's a video that I'll leave a link to here, but it goes through my Ethereum investment thesis, so that's my primary crypto holding. Unfortunately, that hasn't done as well as some of the other big players, especially Bitcoin, as the Bitcoin dominance continues to absolutely soar over the last 12 months, probably in preparation for a potential ETF approval in January and the halving potentially coming in April. For those of you that want to watch the Ethereum investment thesis video, I'll pre-warn you, it's a bit of a long one. It's more of a presentation than an entertainment type video, so buckle up and get yourselves ready if you do want to watch that. But the standout section of my portfolio this month is actually my pension. That's great news for future Chaz, but it is a little bit frustrating as that's money that I won't be able to access for another 30 years. But why was the pension up so much this month? Now I've got to let you into a little secret here. My pension is actually heavily exposed to crypto as well. That's a product of my current investment thesis where I have a really strong outlook on crypto for the next 6 to 18 months. So my pension actually holds a number of crypto proxy stocks, and those proxies, as Bitcoin has done really well in the last month, have also dramatically increased in value, and that's added a significant chunk to my pension. At some point in the future, there'll probably become a point when I look at my pension and I just swap it back out to a broad market index fund where, with a time horizon up into my 50s, I would expect it to get to a good sized pot ready for my retirement then. But for now, I'm just focused on growing it as much as I can in the short term. So what are my plans going forward? pretty much the same as I have been doing this month actually. I'll have to cross my fingers that I have another good month in the market, but primarily I'm going to be working on getting some more YouTube content out for you guys, and also I'm going to be looking at expanding the newsletter, giving more great tools to those who are signed up to the newsletter. If you haven't already seen, I've got a Bitcoin retirement calculator, I've got an S&P retirement calculator, I've got a mortgage or invest calculator, and there's plenty more coming for those of you who are subscribed to the newsletter. So if you want to hop onto the newsletter, you can find a link to that in the description below. Thanks very much for watching this update, and I'll see you soon. Bye.